welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and it is some very, very thick fog here this morning on Pallegney. It's so dark. It's what 20 to 8 in the morning. It is November, but yeah, the whole place has just been swallowed by this thick fog. We've got it for the next 3 hours. So we're going to get the 7810 here. We're going to get that started on the ploughing first today. So let's start it up and get it going. So if we put a hired worker on that, that should get this whole field. So this is the field it's going to do. So that should be good. It's going to do up and down first. So we'll let that go and we'll leave that to it. Yeah, blocked by me. Over here, we've got the quad track. So this has finished the job that it was doing. And, oh, that sun's a bit bright coming through that fog. So we are going to get this going. And, well, we're going to get this collected. So our 3 contracts from yesterday, they give us a total of... actually nearly 20,000, so we'll collect all of those. That is very useful. And we're gonna go and have a look at another set of contracts for today. We want something that's fairly easy to do. There's a lot of harvesting contracts, but they're all vegetable ones, pretty much. There's a couple of other ones, but nothing I think that we can actually get going with our own harvester. So yeah, we're gonna have to leave those. Wow, there's some really well-paying contracts there, though. There's a couple of ploughing contracts and some stone picking, but no, we're gonna leave all of that. Instead, we need to go and find our other tractor, which is over this way, and we are gonna go and cut the grass field, ready to get it rowed up. And well, the consensus seems to be that we should use our silage clamps. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this cut. We're going to get this rowed. And we're going to basically make silage from it. Is there anywhere in my farm that I have for fuel? No, doesn't look like we have a fuel point on the farm. So I think we need to purchase that. And to do that... what's that? That's a small bunker silo. These are bunker silos over here as well, I think. I hope. I hope that they are also bunker silos, because if they aren't, we are gonna have to do silage bales. I kind of want to get rid of the bunker silo we have here. I think we've got a much better use for this area down here. So are these bunker silos? Yeah, these are bunker silos. So I'm going to sell off this, and we're going to use this area down here as a better area for us. So let's zoom in here. Quite difficult to see all this in this fog, but we'll pick that. So that's going to bring us in 7,421. So we'll sell that. Yes. And then we've got a whole load of decoration here. We'll sell that. And that clears off all of that. And just sort of gives us an area down here where we can actually now store equipment. We might even be able to put a lean-to shed down here. But what sheds have we got? We got a sort of a small metallic shed or something that we can use. We've got this 3-sided corrugated shed here. I think we might have to wait until we have a little bit better sunlight for this, but certainly we could fit a couple of these down here to sort of get that. But until this fog clears, I think that's going to be quite difficult. What I do want to do, and I think we'll probably do up this end, is put a fuel tank in. So let's do that. That's going to go down this end here. We want a container. And I think we want a mid-sized fuel tank, so sort of the 10,500 one here. We want to get it here. We're going to have to do a place anywhere set up like that. And And that should do what we're after. Has taken our money down fairly considerably. And we're only gonna get about, I think, 2,000 litres in here for now. Should do us. There we go. And that'll give us enough fuel to get started today. So we'll head over here and fill this up. Like so. Turn the engine off. And, yep, we'll fill it off that. And once we're full, we can get ourselves started up. And I'm going to go round the field, I think. It's not overly easy to see, but we've got our crops are beginning to come up. In fact, do we have any weeds in this field? Or, yes, there are weeds. So we're going to need to deal with the weeds in that field this month as well. Because if we don't, they're going to grow too big over the winter, and that's going to leave us with a problem. So we'll head down the side here. I can't even see the viaduct. It is just hidden in this deep fog down the bottom here, which is just not great. I'm also considering putting a road between these fields here. I don't know if we'd actually be able to, whether we actually own this land. But yeah, we kind of I'd like to do that. And I'm gonna annoy a couple of people now, because I'm gonna start my headland on the inside of the field. And then once we've got this headland cut, I'm then gonna drive all over the cut grass. But for this first bit, I think we want to just stick in the field. We'll drive over the grass we haven't cut, and we'll get this going. But this thick fog is so thick. I think if I wasn't being guided by the GPS, I would be having a lot of trouble here. This is really deep, really thick fog, and not a huge amount of fun. You can't see anything coming out of it. It's just, yeah, incredibly scary. I'm not expecting the grass to drop under here. I think we'll end up with a lump the far side, just like that. And yeah, onto that and down. Oh, this is yeah, I'm not 100% sure around these edges exactly where all of my lines are. It's not picking them up very easily sometimes with these maneuvers. There we go. It can be a little bit finicky when you're down in sort of these corners here, and you're trying to maneuver. Oh, back. Oh, that is down. Not easy to tell sometimes. Right, and that's up to there. We are again underneath here. So it will drop a big pile down the other side. Get on that, and away we go again. Nope, we're lifted. Into reverse. Down. Back on our line, and away into the fog again we go. I think we're coming up to the point at which we started. Yeah, this is the corner here where we started cutting. So we'll bring that up to here. Reverse this round. And back. There we are. And then back it out again. Now we can drive over where we've already cut, and that makes more sense. And again, back to us being realistic. Headlands are cut. We're now able to get this going. Although I have heard in the past that the way that this gets cut is to go round this way and go in on the second row, and then cut the headland, the road that we're driving on now, last, which makes sense a little bit. I can understand why, because you'd want the the damaged bit to be on the outside, maybe. And maybe in future that's the way I'll go with this, and we'll cut it like that, starting with this second row, and then once we've got the second row cut, moving out to the first row and getting this outer headland cut after that. We're coming back around to the top of the field, and the fog is starting to clear, thankfully. It's still quite thick. It's still yeah, fairly horrible, but it should clear up in the not too distant future. It is absolutely like trying to mow through pea soup here. Quite astounding how deep the fog is. I found it easier actually to drive in cab when dealing with this fog, which is yeah, has been much easier. Right, we're gonna cut in on one of these rows. I kind of would like to get a front mower, but I don't think we have the power. Let's see, what power do we have in our John Deere? So this has 116 horsepower. The mower we have has 100 horsepower requirement. So yeah, we couldn't do it with this. However, I think we could do it with our 7810. I think we could get the front mower and cut a lot quicker. Having said that, not really a requirement, because we're gonna, excuse the pun, cut down how much grass we're going to be cutting. We're basically, this first year, as I've said before, we're doing a big cut of hay and a big cut of silage, and then we're going to turn around and reduce the size of this field. That actually was a really good lineup for getting that bit of the field cut down, and just sort of dealing with this small area here. So I think we'll go back and forth along here and just get this lot out, and then we'll cut in again in a little while. Cutting in, I think, gives us the best area to work with, and the most efficient way of cutting this. So we will continue to do it that way. This is going fairly well, and I'm hoping, well, the fog is lifting now, so that's good. Hopefully by early afternoon we'll be able to see what we're doing a bit more. First part almost done. We'll cut in again and work our way through. It has gone midday, so this is taking a little while. Not the end of the world. Once the ploughing has finished, we'll be able to get back into sort of doing 2 tractors worth at the same time. We do have 2 days to get all of this done, so I'm not too worried about that. But it is quite a lot of mowing, and this is the first time I've done the mowing. Last time we got a hired worker to do this job. I'm quite enjoying it. It's a really fun job to do, and yeah, the fog is now definitely lifting, so that's really good news. It's going to become easier and easier for me to get going through here. While we get into the next row, I want to see exactly where our plow has got to. So let's have a look on here, and needs plowing. Oh yeah, it's doing a grand job. That's working well. Now, if I can get this field cut, rowed, and collected up today, or by the end of tomorrow, what we should end up with is the ability to get the cows by the new year. It'll take a couple of months for our silage to ferment in the silo. We are basically going to stick all of this in the silo and ferment it, and then we've got two silage clamps, 2 silage silos. We can then spend the year filling the other one up, and hopefully have enough feed to do the cow from one for the entire year, and keep alternating between the 2 is the plan. I'm basically just going to keep filling the other one up until the first one is emptied and used. Is the general plan, and we'll go from there. I'm going to probably try and use some silage additive for the first time, as we're going to be using the silage clamp. So that is going to require... well, I think we should be able to get a fairly good forage wagon. Consensus seems to be that let's not do wrapped bales. Let's do a forage wagon and do a silage clamp. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go and get that and work it that way. I'll bring this up here. Last row on this far side here, I think. Oh no, we might have two. We've got two more to go over here. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do with this. That means all we need to do is get this windroad up and then collect it with a forage wagon. And a forage wagon, I think, might be cheaper than us getting a bale wrapper, and will probably take us less time as well, because all we have to do is go around the field with the wagon and get this all collected up. I really wish you could buy the woodland area next to field 90, sort of between these two fields here. 90 there buys that, 88 buys that, and then all this woodland here between the two is not purchasable, and that's a little bit annoying. I would really like to have been able to have bought that land and got it, been able to put a road through it, or got some wood from it, or anything like that. But yeah, it's not a purchasable area as far as I can tell, which is just that little bit annoying. There's an area in my farm that I can't go and purchase and I can't use, which would be a very usable area. So if I could, that would have been great. Just there's no way of clicking on it at all, and I think there's a lot of woodland like that on the map. I can buy this scrap land there, but I can't buy a woodland area in the middle. There are woodland areas you can buy, but it's all a little bit out of our price range, and of course it's not in the middle of our farm either, which is the annoying thing about it. But yeah, I think I would really like to have been able to buy that and do some stuff with it, but of course that's not possible. It also makes it harder for me to build a road down the side there, because I'm not sure the bit of land I want to build the road on I own, and so I'm going to have to take away from my own field just that little bit. I really love how the fog and the mist hangs around in the bottom of the river on this map. It's absolutely beautiful, and the way the viaduct is just coming out of that mist is pretty incredible. I'm really liking that. I mean, this is one of the most beautiful maps for Farm Sim I think I've ever played. And it is pretty incredible, the beauty of this. Absolutely loving playing this. There's not been a dull time on this map. It is, even with this thick fog, it's still been utterly beautiful. I think this fog is going to be hanging around with us all day. It is just not leaving at the moment. I think it might be a little bit further out. I think it might have left us alone, but where we are down the bottom here, it is just thick, and it's down by the water. That doesn't overly surprise me, to be honest. It is the kind of area where I would expect there to be a deep fog, really. Not 100% sure where I'm opening up to at the moment. Yeah, we're opening up to a bit that's a little bit less length, but that's all right. We should then get this little corner bit here done, and that will then allow us to head back up the field with sort of the last cut there. And with that last cut, we'll then complete things. So yeah, we'll get rid of this little triangle we've got down here. think we might, where things are a little bit weird under the bridge, I think we might end up not having that as part of the grass field. I think that might be an area that will be, well, it's a little bit odd. It does work for us and we can do stuff with it, but it's yeah, I'm not 100% sure exactly what to do with that at the moment. And here, try not to go into the river. We're good. Yeah, and then we'll clear off this little area here. That won't take much work. And then we'll head back up to the top end of the field and just cut the last of it up. It is already 2:45 though, so I think between this doing now and I think our plough is taking a little while to get the job done. This is probably the job we'll get done today, and then tomorrow we'll get both tractors working on this field. We'll get this road up, we'll get it into the silage clamp, and hopefully we can get it all compacted as well, and starting to make something that we can feed the cows. Only a couple of rows left. It's yeah, just this triangle at the top corner here. The fog is still kicking around. It's still blindingly bright as we go through here. But yeah, we have at least got this job done. I'm hoping for a clearer day tomorrow, although we'll see what happens. If we're lucky, it will be nice and clear. One thing I haven't checked actually, while we've got a patch of grass here left, moisture is 18.28 and ideal moisture is between 18 and 22. So we're not perfect moisture. Perfect moisture would have been 20. The grass is a little bit dry, but it is at least in our target. So that's very good news. The yield could have been dropped a fair amount if that hadn't been the case. We had to cut it now. There wasn't that much choice. But yeah, I think we've cut it when the yield has been pretty decent. And we should get a very nice amount of grass off here to turn into silage. So with this job done, I think I want to go and stick the mower back up here somewhere. Oh, actually, we've got space in this shed here. The shed here isn't bad, but it's very sort of open, and there's not a huge amount of space here, but it does work for the most part. We now have all that extra space down the bottom that we can put another shed in, and I'm going to go looking, I think, for a shed that we can go and place there. The other thing we probably need to get around here is something to wash our tractors with. We currently don't have any kind of washing platform at all. So I think we want to try and get something maybe that we can stick into the workshop and then just roll out when we need it. That is perfect. Right. How's our plow doing? Plow isn't doing too bad. It's kind of doing something a little bit funky and creating a giant trough through the middle of my field at the moment, but it has at least made it across most of the field. We'll be able to get this field limed once we've done this, because apparently liming on top of mulch doesn't work. And in fact, I don't think liming on top of anything other than ploughed and cultivated seems to work. So hopefully this tractor won't take too long to complete this job. It will be going into the evening. I can't believe how much of the fog is still kicking around here. That's a huge amount. But this tractor's got quite a big bit of headland to go as well. You can see it here. So this tractor will probably go into the evening. We want to load up the... Actually, I don't want to... I want to leave these here. We don't want to be loading this up. What I do want to have a look at is the forage wagons, because we're going to need to pick one of those up next time, and it's going to be very important as to how much we spend. 30,000 for the poting at the small boss Alpine. Then it's 77,500 for the one above that at 130 horsepower. 150, 150. Oh, wow. We could get any of these ones, and that would be good. I'm kind of tempted to go for this one. I mean, it's 170,000. Sorry, it is 77,000. We could add a silage additive tank, so I think that's a good choice. That would require leasing for 4,054. Financing it would cost us, if we did it for a year. Yeah, if we did it for 2 years, that would be 10%. Yeah, I'm very much thinking we want to lease this year and go from there. 6 months purchase on it. We could possibly do enough contracts to keep it going. And yeah, look at the harvesting contracts we've got on here. So many of those. That would keep us going fairly well. No, we do have a hoeing contract, and yeah, only the one. So there's quite a lot to consider. I think we'll leave our plow going though, and the fog continues to hang around on the farm. A little bit of a shorter one today because there's not much more we can do. I don't think we have a weeder even that we can get stuff done with. That actually, before I finish things off, let us just check that. I don't think we have a weeder to have a go at stuff with. No, not at the moment. So weeder is something we're going to have to pick up next time as well. Yeah, there's no weeder in here at all. So yeah, we'll have to pick that up. Lots to do in the rest of November. And so I think we're all finished up on the farm today, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.